worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high. He damn near ran me down trying to get to my oven.
Master, it's ready. Behold the Drake's Balm. A truly... a steeple True, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the Fang without her crater? Why? And look, inside. She's filled. Master, I have found my purpose.
Well, if it tastes half as unique as it looks, I'd certain... Not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight. I don't know.
Yes, they're quite sought after. Come up with something soon.
All right, Clive?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you...
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is. Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stop...
Probably best to take it one bit.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits. I've got the designs and the list of materials. Show these to Blackthorn.
I can't make it.
Luckily...
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
Blackthorn.
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What did...
She said you...
Kriegers. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. And I'll need help. Get Gavin Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave.
And,
Take a look at this. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my... Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing...
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand coat in the sack.
And the other can go and get the rest from this.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where. We can get this out. You going after this? Which one of these?
Gav,
All right, then. So,
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the...
so... I'll go and scout the place out.
all right.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of this.
You two, eh?
Fleece me. I'll...
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav? Sorry to keep you...
Better late than... I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab it. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dallamil, and they... But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff like...
Then let's get bagging, shall
We shall.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
You finished?
Enough.
Oh, you? That might even be enough for all... Hey... Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain? Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time.
Only 'cause you keep sending.
I know I can
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, after Blackthorn gets what...
Right. Ready to go home, boy? Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn.
Yeah. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers, or be sneaking around on your tud all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this firm. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things...
Thank you.
Suppose we'd better...
Give us a shot.
We're seeing troops amassing at every boarding house.
Think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn...
Excellent.
So,
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be
salvage from the ruins. I thought that...
but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name?
Oh, Sid.
Yes.
I'll show you the plan. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then hot. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the In other words, the reactor would overheat, and this is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we... And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our... Why? If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. Mid said we might be... Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's...
I see. Would that help?
Oh, very... I'll get...
Good day to you. See.
The crystals we get from the temple. You haven't much, but you're free to look. Keep fighting the good fight.
Ah, go.
There, it give. You.
Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
Word is, the Black Shields took a hiding in the hands of some...
Excuse me.
No, I'm in...
Or-
You're quite talented with that rod of yours.
You're...
Never quit.
Oh.
The crystals we get from the tailor all but...
Yeah.
No, in with...
Right. Seems Lorbert's part. It's our best bet, then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate?
Faster!
You there.
Fuck! He's seen. Get them before they...
Black Shields. What the hell are you doing here?
What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Why were they here? Are they planning an attack on Lost Wing? I need to warn Quentin.
Run like the wind.
Straight home now.
Oh,
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go. Nice try. Nice try. The things I do, you shouldn't have any more.
Good day to you. Sid.
The crystals we get from it.
Clive, I'm who?
And what?
And I and I so I with and I see how we what Quinn. Our time is short. He may move against us at. My friends and comrades.
I'm not going to change his mind.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
No surprises there.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts? All yours. All done?
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid.
Excellent.
And
Right.
how so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze, which is why you need a prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even start. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think.
Well, if I were in need of obscure, I know whose counsel I would seek.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him? See what he makes of it?
Right away.
Thanks to Sid.
Hippocrates.
For you, Clive?
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? What are
She has some specific requirements for the material, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light, as you can imagine.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you...
Perhaps it is not a different material.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel, and yet we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have, but Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of... pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm. Nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire. So if we could it might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, I shall speak to them and see what if you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients. The knowledge of the past may...
Thank you, Hop. And since you're asking others to help you...
So you need a hand?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's...
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research.
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames.
So, Clive, who will accompany you?
Very well. So then, what do we...
I have taken...
White. Are you sure this list is right? I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have so much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction. Hence moon dews having... Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now.
I will.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia. Now, where's Jill?
There's talk. Glassgate flood.
Keep them pilgers nice and chilled.
Those Pepio nuts?
How goes the Humphrey?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere among... Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a...
All right.
How about you look for the Pepio nuts? And some... I'll find the other things we need. We can...
Come! You'll not find a bruised... Fresh cuts! Come and get them.
You haven't much, but you're free to look. Ah, yes. Keep fighting the good fight. All anyone ever wants anymore is a warm grave.
How the hell is anyone...
Buy, sell, or be gone. Good riddance.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Do you see anything you like? Come back again.
Did you find him?
I did.
Garlic and... Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to... But before we head back... Thank you for asking me to help you.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and just being here. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalind. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup today. Sorry. It's just... you're right. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I need to give these ingredients to... I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will.
I wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew. How's work on the...
Well, I was just explaining to Taya, and now that we have all the ingredients...
You can count on me. I've mixed more than...
What about the shielding? Its
work is underway.
Apparently, it'll be ready.
Thank you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the...
Of course. Oh, and thank you.
It appears our work here... A shame. I was enjoying when both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, followed by perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hopper. Well, go and give Mid the good news then.
Ugh, I'm never drinking.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
Sorry to keep you waiting, but you'll be pleased to know that work on the shield...
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should be supervising the construction.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits to the Black Hammer.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped. Let's take this at Mid. You get all the parts lined up on the deck.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna...
It's finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive. That's one down and just...
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack.
You don't mean...
Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to the... Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to you.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like, so if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black. That's what she was meant to be, you see. But now she's so close to being finished. I've realized I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things... I want people to sail aboard her by choice. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can...
I'm working on that, and I'll do everything I can to get you...
All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans. I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the...
Aye, aye, Captain.
Nick told me she was building a ship.
Really? That's a ship.
All right, Clive, we'd finished sending half the hideaway no excuses now.
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she...
She said that?
She...
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Obelus.
Yep. You in it. But anyway, I was got a urgent by the se...
Thank you, Obelus.
Don't make...
What tidings, Uncle? Trouble in Canva. Well...
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work?
Well, but next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to...
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, just like when we built... Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place?
You can count on. Just be sure to give Sid and the other...
Oh, by the way, Jill, she's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet...
I hope she... Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
crystal too? You're joking.
Hopefully it's nothing. What could be wrong with Torgor? He seemed well enough when I last saw him. Trouble with the ledgers. I got your note. You think something's wrong?
So you can read. Kong, but I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at it and like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his man's not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy?
What was it you said he was?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is.
I suppose things have been different. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything. Yep.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgor.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite, which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgor, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to. Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of them.
I don't recall ever seeing...
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida.
Even so.
Good hunting, Clive.
Blackthorn. Do you have a moment?
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. And you might still be doubting your craft. Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog. Still, he's got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Karen showed me something. Something I've never seen before.
And that was?
A sword. An odd looking. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me. The edge on it. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling.
No. Not troubling me exactly. More distracting.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even...
That's about us.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being
You're a soft touch, but I can't say I'm not grateful for it.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about. You're looking well.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn.
Running around after him?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to distraction.
Little wonder. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight, which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off. Fine. If you stop, Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. Collects weapons and he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dallas.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's a touch...
I appreciate
Is it business or pleasure? Try not to get yourself killed, eh?
Wish I could take one of our birds for a ride.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
Well. Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you were mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it'll separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And good hunting, eh?
Clive. That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto might be listening. A little. Listen. I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it's maybe my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. 0, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's going to take some time, and I'm going to need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're going to make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to wipe, and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you.
Well...
Don't worry.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
Nick told me she was building a ship.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
So what do you think? Really? Oh, aye.
I take it there's
Oh, what about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to the task?
Oh, no doubt. There's... Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart.
How does a merchant...
Oh, the man's a...
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a thinker, but I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bar...
We may have seen our share of action, true.
You, however, chances are they'll come for you either way. But if...
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway...
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, reckon he won't...
All right.
Nope. You just put an end to those bandits.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care.
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits. That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we've found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing.
And how exactly?
You leave that to us. After all,
You've done your part. It's been a pleasure.
What if we want his help again?
There's talk. How the hell is anyone supposed to afford that?
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you.
What am I going to do without sweet water and oil of talc?
Milady.
Gift? Oh.
Otto asked me to settle the hideaway and to compensate.
You did. I thought you might finally tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to. The man owes me nothing. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was.
You once told me Sid did you a kind. I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's. For all of.
Otto is lucky to have. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway.
Otto had a son.
Long ago. Yes, and blamed himself for not being able. I don't know how it happened. Whether there was anything he could have done.
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrow. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends' death.
Ready, go?
Greetings, Your Majesty. Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. If Hawaii needs more than this...
Clive!
I wasn't expecting, but it seems we still owe you, and though I doubt it's what you were expecting.
A star root is worth at least twice what you owe me. More
Think of the difference as interest.
interest? If word got out I charged that much, no. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about a bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason that...
Same as all. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander. Word is, he was the first probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea... Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be...
His death was hard on everyone.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who... I reckon what he saw in Sid, and don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're that, and you keep good company.
Gob will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
How do? There you go. That all, is it?
Certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. Hungry, Torgal? Now, will it be enough? I say that answer, which means we owe the lawsman. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Oh, Torgal. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
The Saint. Its fang is gone. The whole mother crystal gone.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined! Calm yourself, Lord Ignat.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed.
Please, his lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond...
Redeem!
Very good. Would you mind stepping outside?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any...
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. He's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
And it's a single-edged sword.
Ah.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But
you have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is with...
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough.
A condition I would be
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though every ill-gotten coin in Dalamil is said to pass...
And that's where
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence.
That will be very...
Farewell.
Company. Company.
We've got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
Satan!
This must be it. Nothing seems... All right.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture... Take this, the very stone of which I spoke. Far rarer among collectors than even the blade, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon.
So I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
And there are many other...
Too many to count, but only one to and is a perennial... Farewell, Wyvern, may our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Coming, my lordship.
Trust Uncle now. Sorry for that, but hopefully you'll agree.
You learned something about that?
I did better than that. Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
be so bad if all you ever fought. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there...
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make it, but there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing for that, just imagine it. Good Valisthian steel with an edge as sharp as any found in... I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something...
I'm sure the curse break just...
I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're... Hey, I owe you one. August 2.
You'll be happy to...
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new... You coming...
Right.
Fine.
I noticed. So, that'll teach me for treating you. All right, all right. Now we know what you're after. I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later.
You can, aye. I'm nice. In return, you can thank Tomes for me.
I was just on my way to see him.
Ah, were you...
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed...
Very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way.
Ah. But that reminds, do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to the...
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more...
And if I'm not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able...
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Good. So Lady Karen accept...
Ah,
But she was just too stubborn to take. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid...
Karen
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever.
Oh, wonderful.
Mid might need some help.
All right, there's. How's that hunt for the bomb ash go?
I have it here.
That's the You're a gent. Right then. There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours?
What?
Well, go on.
Well,
that's the spirit. Well?
It's certainly...
Right?
Thank you.
No. In fact, for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavor. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more.